Hello friends, today I am going to talk about public deposits, chapter number 5 of SP. This video will help you out with a quick revision at the time of exam. Okay, now let's see what is public deposit. A joint stock company is a large-scale organization and its capital requirement is also huge. A company can raise its capital through internal sources as well as external sources. Internal sources, as we know, that is retained profit and issue of bonus shares. Issue of bonus shares is nothing but capitalization of reserves. And external sources are issue of shares, issue of debentures and public deposits. Public deposit is a loan received by the company from the investor, and that will be on some terms and conditions of repayment of interest as well as the principal amount. Okay, it is accepted normally for the short period ranging from 6 months to 3 years. We could also say it will help out a company to generate funds from short term to the medium term basis. A company cannot invite this deposits for lesser than 6 months, or it could not invite deposits for more than 36 months, that is 3 years. Another thing is only public companies are allowed to accept deposits from the public. Private companies are restricted to accept deposits from public. Now let's see the definition of public deposit. According to the Companies Act 1956, any deposit or money with a company and any amount borrowed by a company. Simple meaning. A deposit is a loan fund, that is a borrowed fund. If a company takes any kind of deposits from the public, that will be called as public deposit. Now, what is important part about the definition is, it is compulsory to mention according to the Companies Act 1956. The provisions regarding the acceptance or the invitation of deposits. The first and foremost thing is, a company having less than 1 crore as their own funds are totally prohibited from inviting the public deposits. That is, if a company is having more than 1 crore as their own fund, then only that company is a public company is allowed to invite public deposits. The next thing is, any kind of defaults made by the company in regarding the repayment of public deposits or any type of deposits and paying interest on the deposits, that company are totally disallowed to invite public deposits. Default companies cannot invite public deposits at all. Now, to invite the public deposits, a company is required to make an advertisement in one of the English newspaper and one regional newspaper. A company can accept or invite deposits from the public only after publication of an advertisement. A copy of advertisement must be registered at ROC, that is Registrar of Companies. In the advertisement, it is very much compulsory to mention the name of Board of Directors. Advertisement without the name of Board of Directors, that is not allowed. Contents that is required to mention in the advertisements are name of the company, date of incorporation of the company, nature of business carried on by the company, brief particulars of management of the company, names, occupation of the directors and address, profits and division declared in last 3 years by the company. Now, based on this profits and dividend declared, most of the public decides to whether to invest in that company or not, because this shows the portfolio of the company. Declaration that the company has complied with the provision of the rules. Okay, the part which I have told you earlier, that it should be compulsory that only those kind of companies can invite the public deposits that is more than 1 crore as their own fund. only that companies can invite the public deposit. Now that is one type of provision of the rules. So it is very much compulsory. A company must declare that the company has complied this type of all the provisions before inviting the public deposits. After that, it is compulsory that an advertisement must be signed by the majority of directors of the company, and it is valid for the period of 6 months. It simply means that after taking the signature of the directors of majority of directors on the advertisement, an advertisement should be given before the 6 months. After that, it is invalid. A copy of advertisement should be filed again with the registrar of the company, and in case a company intends to raise deposits without an advertisement, so it is compulsory they have to file a statement in lieu of advertisement with the registrar of company. In case a company do not want to make advertisement to the public and they want to invite personally at some personal stage like some relatives or from the members, so it is not compulsory to make an advertisement in the newspaper. Instead of making the advertisement, they are also allowed to make statement in lieu of advertisement. But that is also very much necessary to register or to file with the registrar of companies. What are the secretarial duties in connection with the acceptance of deposits? The foremost duty of secretary is to make necessary arrangement with the bankers to open a bank account to collect the deposits. After that, the secretary will make the appointment of brokers. The company may appoint the brokers to solicit for deposits from the public. Secretary has to ensure proper appointment for brokers for securing the deposits. After that, the secretary will verify the application forms that is received from the bankers along with the deposit amount and those received directly by the company through the brokers. It is very much necessary to verify those forms very properly. So this will help to find out whether or not the application forms are filled in all respects. The secretary will prepare the list of depositors. Secretary may prepare the separate list for the small depositors. Now who are small depositors? Those depositors whose deposits amount is up to 20,000. A secretary has to hold a meeting with the board of directors. The board of directors will pass the resolution for acceptance of deposit. They may also authorize the secretary to issue deposit receipt. Now what is deposit receipt? As we all have heard, the share certificate is the proof of title for the shareholders. Similarly here, instead of certificate, deposit receipt will become the proof of title for the depositors. In that, each and every details will be properly mentioned, such as name of the depositor, the date of deposit, the maturity date of the deposit, period of deposit, along with the amount of deposit and the interest to be given on that deposit. Similarly, the secretary will also make the entries in the register of deposits with all the same details. Name and address of the depositor, date and amount of deposit, period of deposit, date of maturity, rate of interest, date on which the interest to be paid, and other relevant details. After that, a secretary must file a return of deposits. It is just like filing an income tax return. For individual, we file IT returns, and here they need to file the return of deposits. This is to be done for the taxation purpose. Secretary needs to prepare and file it with the ROC, a return of deposits for the period ending from 31st March of the financial year. The return of deposits must be filed on or before 30th June every year. A copy of such must be sent to the RBI, that is Reserve Bank of India. The last thing is to be done is the payment of brokerage. Once everything is done, it is very much required to make the payment of brokerage, that is also according to the rules. That rule is mentioned in the Companies Act 1956. At present, the maximum brokerage As per Rule 3.1, the Company's Acceptance of Deposit Rules 1975, which is as follows, is 1% on deposit up to 1 year, 1.5% on deposit for more than 1 year up to 2 years, 2% on deposits for more than 2 years, and it will not exceed the 3 year. Do remember that. So these were the few questions which were important for the chapter Public Deposit. I'll continue with my next video. There are few more questions that is to be covered with the chapter. Thank you for watching it. I hope it will be helpful for you all students. All the best.